Alright, well, when I first started the video yesterday, I had no idea that a police officer was about to tap on my window to let me know that there was a paramedic that was trying to take me to the hospital for suicidal ideation. I got a call from a police officer about a CPS complaint that was filed by the other mother of my children, and at that point I was already trying to figure out my resources for mental health because I was already in crisis before finding out about these false allegations. So when the police officer called me to talk about these false allegations, I let her know that I was planning to go to the hospital, and I said suicidal ideation. So then she calls the cops, and then they take over after that, and they're telling me that because I said that I was suicidal, that I had to go in the ambulance, and I flipped my shit a little bit. I was like, I'm not getting in that ambulance. I do not need to get in that ambulance. I was currently in the process of bringing myself, or my boyfriend is in the process of bringing me to the emergency department. The only thing that stopped me was literally the fact that the cops were right there. So I refused to go into the ambulance because it's unnecessary. It's a waste of resources, and I'm going to not fucking do that. And they're trying to tell me that I was, and I was about to have to fight some police officers and some EMTs, because I'll be damned if you're gonna strap me to a fucking stretcher. Like I'm already trying to get help. I'm obviously not going to kill myself just because I have suicidal ideation, which is a part of my diagnosis. So then the police officer escorted me to the emergency department, and I did not go in the ambulance. From there, I was hella irritated because the EMT got called the quote doctor, end quote. There was no doctor this or doctor that. It was just the doctor. So it was like sketchy as fuck. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what the doctor says. I'm not going in the ambulance. So I was irritated. So my blood pressure is like high, and then they're like trying to COVID test me, and I'm like, people in this hospital aren't even wearing masks anymore. It's not even that much of a concern. I'm not getting this fucking COVID test. And then I talked to the social worker who put in a referral for a partial inpatient program for mental health, and that's where I was at today. I just got out of there. It's I go there for a couple hours during the day, and I talk to the doctor, the psychologist, and I'm going to be starting medication. So for the next few days, the foreseeable future, if you will, I will be doing some intense therapy, and that's where we're at right now. After getting re-traumatized and people trying to strap me to a bed and take me to the hospital, and then me about to go to jail for assaulting police officers. So luckily it didn't come down to that. I told them they didn't want those motherfucking problems, and they were right. So, yep. so fucking depressed that this is like a new form of low. It's like numb, but there's like a lot of pressure that prevents me from feeling anything other than this dull pain that is still consciously breathing, even though unconsciously just breathing. I'm going on medication because I am irrational, and because my life has gotten to the point where I can't help but be overwhelmed, and the fact that I've not been able to not be overwhelmed makes me paranoid that I'm not calculating enough risks, because calculating risk is a thing that I do from having so much trauma. So then I'm paranoid that other people are plotting against me. I am paranoid that people are also calculating risk and waiting for me to do something that is going to devastate me further than I've already been devastated in my life. And I have like so little to hold on to that I'm resorting to medication now. Like, I asked my therapist if there was a medication that would help me with BPD, borderline personality, and she was not confident in saying that there was a medication, or it's mostly just therapy and learning how to rewire your brain. And I feel like I've waited far too long to try to go for some minimally invasive process to rewire my brain, that I'm like, now I need some serious help. Like, I need some medication that's gonna dull my reality, because my reality is, for a lack of a better term, unable for me to I can't bear it. I can't, like, I'm so sick of everybody trying to fuck me over, you know? Like, I'm so sick of people actively moving against me when I have no fucking room to move at all. So I can't help but feel overwhelmed with hopelessness, and that everything is for nothing, and that any type of attempts are futile, and everything's for nothing, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how I feel. It only matters how you feel. It only matters how each individual person feels, and how insignificant I feel personally, because this part is my life, and how it affects nobody other than me and my boyfriend, God bless him. So I am still there. I'm still there in the crisis, the suicidal ideation, and we're working on it. So that's where we're at. Thank you for watching, and I'll keep you updated on how things progress. So, bye.